Hello everyone, I'm making a video today about Stefan Molyneux. Stefan Molyneux is a Canadian Libertarian. Let that sink in for a moment, won't you? A Canadian Libertarian who is a gold-pumping Ron Paul fraud. He believes that the von Mises school is the best school. He hates people like Yanis Varoufakis, the Greek finance minister who is actually trying to pull Greece out of the shithole that it's in. He is also, at the same time, an fiat currency guy. You know, imminent dollar collapse, stack gold and silver. He's hosted Peter Schiff's show. He's been on Peter Schiff's show. Peter Schiff loves this psychopath because Peter Schiff is a psychopath. By the way, look up Irwin Schiff when you get a chance. Look up Peter Schiff's dad. Anyway, this asshole also raved about the movie Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged, of course, is the adaptation of the Ayn Rand novel, and I use that term loosely, novel of the same name. He loved it. He called it one of the best movies of the year. And I don't even know if he believed it. I just think he was kissing ass to the multi-millionaire conservative idiot that made it. Go watch it. It's a terrible film, and it's really long. And there's a sequel. He's a gold pumper. He's anti-democracy. He's a libertarian again who lives in Canada. I find that funny. He once said that, and this is a true fact. This is actually what he said, that old people who need to be taken care of when they're older, who have no one to take care of them, were assholes when they were young, obviously, so they shouldn't be taken care of now. He actually said that. He's a psychopath. He's a narcissist, and he's really only in it for the money. You know, he's one of these Ron Paul, Joe Rogan, total frauds. Libertarians are misanthropic. I think he is too. You get the impression he doesn't really like people. People that aren't directly, you know, he loves his kid. Who doesn't love their fucking kid? Who doesn't talk about their kid? I mean, really, it's a genetic bond. He's a fraud. He's an asshole. And what's worse is, I think, is that people in this country, this libertarian movement, believes, the Larkin Rose crowd, the people who believe that the dollar is going to collapse and that the United States government is the worst thing that's ever existed. The problem is with that is that people, us, have had more control, the working classes have had more control than any time in history. If we choose to go out and be politically active, we can start at our city levels or our whatever level you choose to start at, and we can be successful. Yes, it gets to be a money game and raising money. I get that. We need campaign finance reform. But the system that we have is a hell of a lot better than the one that we had previously to the Great Depression. Now, the Great Depression didn't happen because there was too much fiat currency rolling around there. Actually, there were currency retractions. There wasn't enough cash. There were runs on the banks. There wasn't enough money. There wasn't any federal government to the money that you deposited to insure it. We are moving much further. We're progressing as a species, as human beings, and government is our organizing principle, or one of them. While government isn't perfect, it's not the and I don't think it's our final solution. I mean, to use Hitler's term, not on purpose, but it's not the end game. But it's right now. It's giving us a lot of power. I worked for Walmart, and Walmart is only afraid of one thing, and that's the federal government. The EPA has incredible overreach, but it's also, we see from the amount of money that is spent to try to corrupt it, it has teeth because it's got the backing of the American people. And when the American people know there's injustice and somebody is fighting it, a federal prosecutor or whatever, and they're on the side of the right, man, that's powerful. And they know, and the power structure knows that. Libertarians are absolute crazy fucking people, most of them, and the ones like Stefan Molyneux are basically they're just in it for the money. They don't really care about what they're saying. They have no convictions. He's not a philosopher, which he says he is. He thinks he is. He's not. He's not a particular. I saw some of his. I don't know where he ever acted, but he claims he was an actor, and he overstates his business prowess by large measures. This was a guy who got cancer and recovered and lived in Canada and used that great social medicine up there that Canada has had for decades, since it's basic. I mean, it's basically known that in America, if you have cancer and you're not already poor, you will become poor. Get a disease and see how quickly you become poor. I mean, if you can't work and if you make too much money, you have to liquidate your assets to pay for your insurance, etc. This guy is a total fraud and a phony, and people like Stefan Molyneux should be ashamed of themselves, but Stefan Molyneux wouldn't know what the fuck shame was. And like many narcissists, when he's not licking his own reflection in the mirror, I think he's locked into the idea that he wants to make money. He loves the corporation. He doesn't particularly care if he tells you the truth. He doesn't particularly care if he knows what the fuck he's talking about with the human herd and all that bullshit, all of his pop psychology nonsense. So I would suggest that we don't listen to people like him, and when he lies, we point it out. Thank you and have a great night.